Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a look at something really practical, a specific set of words, just 5 actually, that can, well, immediately make you sound and maybe even feel more effective at work.
Yeah, it's quite something. Our mission, essentially, is to explore these 5 terms. We want to understand why they work, why they're kind of a shortcut to sounding more capable, more confident.
It's amazing how just a few words can shift perception, isn't it? It's not about using, overly complex jargon.
Not at all. It's about signaling a certain professional mindset. These words that carry weight, they signal competence.
Precision and intent, that's what it feels like. So, should we dive in?
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, a really powerful one, facilitate.
Facilitate, yes. So at its core, it just means to make a process or a task easier. Simple as that.
Right, and you might hear it used like this. I'll facilitate the discussion to keep us on track. Something like that.
Exactly. And what's powerful about facilitate, the nuance, is that it isn't about leading in a, top-down dictatorial way. It means you're actively working to help others participate well, to reach the goal together.
Ah, okay, so it shows understanding of teamwork.
Yes, and efficiency. You're showing you focus on clearing roadblocks, ensuring things run smoothly. It positions you as, well, helpful, process-aware, proactive, but without needing to be the boss.
Right, it's a kind of leadership, but more empowering for the group.
Precisely. It's supportive leadership that still guides the process.
That's a great distinction. Less directive, more enabling.
Right.
Okay, but sometimes, even with good facilitation, things can get murky, right? Confusion happens.
Oh, definitely. Which brings us neatly to our next word, clarify.
Clarify, meaning to make something clearer, easier to grasp. And you might say, let me clarify that point before we move on.
Yeah, a common one. The strength here is all about accuracy, managing expectations, really. Misunderstandings, they can just derail everything in a professional setting.
True. Wasted time, frustration.
Exactly. So using clarify shows you value precision. You're taking responsibility for making sure everyone's on the same page. It signals careful listening, a commitment to getting it right. It stops problems before they even start.
It suggests you're really paying attention, not just nodding along. Thoughtful.
It really does. Saves time, prevents those headaches later.
Okay, so we've facilitated, we've clarified,
Yeah.
but what about actually, getting things done?
Ah, the action part. That takes us to word number 3, implement.
Implement. To put a plan or decision into action.
Yeah.
Like, we plan to implement the new strategy by next quarter.
Right. And this word is all about execution. See, plan sounds like thinking, which is fine, but implement sounds like doing. When you say you'll implement something, you're shifting from theory to reality, tangible results.
Sounds decisive.
It does. Decisive, committed, focused on results. It tells people you're action-oriented, you can translate ideas into actual outcomes. That's, well, invaluable, isn't it?
Absolutely. It implies progress, momentum, cuts through the planning waffle sometimes.
Exactly. Making it happen.
Okay, makes sense. But we rarely implement things totally alone, do we? Success usually needs teamwork.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Which leads us beautifully to collaborate.
Collaborate, working together towards a common goal. As in, we should collaborate with the design team on this project.
Perfect example. The power of collaborate is how it immediately frames your whole approach. It says, I'm a team player. It signals you understand that, pooling efforts, combining strengths, it usually gets better results.
So it shows you're open.
Open, willing to share ideas, work interdependently. It's proactive about partnership, focusing on shared success, not just your own silo. In any team environment, showing you want to collaborate is just fundamental for trust and hitting those complex goals.
Builds bridges instantly. Okay, one more. We've got all this planning, implementing, collaborating. How do we figure out what comes first? There's always so much to do.
The eternal question. Our final word helps with that. Prioritize.
Prioritize. To arrange tasks in order of importance.
Simply put, yes.
And you might say, let's prioritize key tasks to meet the deadline.
Exactly. And prioritize just screams efficiency, strategic thinking. In today's world, tasks are overflowing, Red.
Tell me about it.
So saying you're prioritizing shows you get what's most important. You know how to allocate resources, time, energy effectively. It shows focus, planning, managing workloads strategically.
It helps manage expectations too, I suppose, for colleagues.
Absolutely. Communicating priorities does exactly that. It signals you're focused on hitting the critical objectives first. It's a sign of someone who can handle complexity and deliver results in a smart way.
Okay, so those are our 5 words. Facilitate, clarify, implement, collaborate, prioritize. So what's the big takeaway here?
Well, I think the key thing is that upgrading your vocabulary with words like these,
Mhm.
it's genuinely one of the simplest, most high-impact ways to boost your professional presence. And your confidence, probably.
Yeah, it's not about being complicated. It's about choosing words that really nail down what you mean, words that convey competence.
Precisely. And you can start using them right away. In emails, in meetings, starting tomorrow.
Think about it, just consciously slipping one of these into a conversation. How might that subtly change the dynamic? You've just picked up something really practical you can apply immediately.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a try. And as you do, maybe mull this over. How much of the impact we make isn't just about what we do, but how we frame it. The deliberate power we give our actions just by choosing simple, precise words.
Something to think about, definitely.